YMCA of Hendersonville was shot last Friday near the WCU campus. 2 people were charged in the case. Charlotte-Mecklenburg police are investigating after a pedestrian was hit and killed at a busy intersection. Officers and paramedics say it happened just after midnight today, where they found Charles White in the roadway. You're listening to NCN News.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
A political fight over the future of the semi-autonomous region of Kirkuk province in northern Iraq has spilled over into clashes between Iraqi government troops and Kurdish forces. People in the region voted overwhelmingly last month for independence. The Iraqi government then declared the referendum unconstitutional. More on what this means for U.S. troops helping both sides fight ISIS from CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The Pentagon is calling on the two sides to reduce the tensions. U.S. troops are embedded with both Iraqi and Kurdish forces, and they've been trying to calm the situation, but both the Kurds and Iraqis are heavily armed by the U.S. for the fight against ISIS, and the Pentagon is urging them to remain focused on that fight. It calls the recent Kurdish referendum on independence unfortunate.
Youth criminal justice advocates are giving North Carolina credit for changes in how it handles 16 and 17-year-olds in the court system. Marcy Mistrit is the CEO for the Campaign for Youth Justice and says North Carolina is one of the last states to no longer automatically treat 16 and 17-year-olds as adults for all crimes.
We like to call those efforts the Raise the Age effort. That is the biggest pathway into the adult system for any crime that a young person commits. And once a young person gets into the adult system, their files are public, their parents don't get to be part of the decision-making process.
A pedestrian was hit and killed while walking across the street late last night in Wilmington. The truck driver and pedestrian's identities have not been released. Horror ruled at the weekend box office. CBS News' Diane King Hall gives us the numbers.
Happy Death Day surpassed expectations, taking in $26.5 million in ticket sales. The film scored well with younger audiences. 63% of ticket buyers were under 25. Blade Runner 2049 finished second, and Jackie Chan's The Foreigner debuted.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB sales department today at 287-3356.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl will plead guilty today to deserting his post in Afghanistan. When the 31-year-old was captured by the Taliban, some called him a traitor, including then-candidate Donald Trump. Now he faces life in a military prison. Bergdahl speaking in an interview obtained exclusively by ABC News.
It's a cage that was welded together.
Bo Bergdahl describes the conditions in which he lived during 5 years in the hands of Taliban-aligned fighters. He's acknowledged walking away from his post in Afghanistan in 2009, but says the harsh criticism he's faced, including from then-candidate Donald Trump, has made a fair trial impossible.
We may as well go back to kangaroo courts and lynch mobs that got what they wanted.
Even with today's anticipated guilty plea, Bergdahl could get life in prison for endangering the lives of fellow soldiers who were sent to find him. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
The athlete who started the movement to take a knee during the national anthem is waging a new battle. Former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick has filed a grievance against the NFL. His attorney accuses league owners of blacklisting his client.
In his demand for arbitration, he alleges, quote, multiple NFL head coaches and general managers stated that they want to sign Mr. Kaepernick only to mysteriously go silent with no explanation and no contract offer being made to Mr. Kaepernick.
That's ABC's Ron Claiborne. No comment from the league. 7 oil workers injured, 1 still missing after an explosion on a rig in Lake Pontchartrain, Louisiana, north of New Orleans. People who live nearby sure felt it.
We were just sitting in my house, and the whole entire house shook. things fell off tables. It sounded like a bomb dropping, basically. And just the whole house lit up with a big orange flash.
There is concern oil could be gushing into the lake. President Trump has lunch at the White House today with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. The Kentucky Republican has been the target of some angry tweets and comments by the president after failing to repeal Obamacare. Now the two will discuss how to work together on tax cuts. You're listening to ABC News.
With the stock market at all-time highs, cash in your profits now and invest in an asset that can potentially pay for up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC-defined accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call now to learn how you can potentially achieve 20 or more years of income and deduct 100% of every dollar invested against all forms of income. Call 1-800-803-8511. Invest in your future and buy oil. Encore is drilling in an area that is potentially one of the most prolific horizontal oil plays in the entire country. Oil prices are projected to rise, so you need to own a piece of an oil field. Encore Energy is the most active oil and gas operator in its core area of operations. Call now and learn how to deduct 100% of your investment and create 20 or more years of potential monthly income. Call 1-800-803-8511. You will be calling directly to the home office of Encore Energy. That's 1-800-803-8511. Oil investments involve a high degree of risk and actual results may vary.
Some of the thousands of people being forced to flee those wildfires in California are now being allowed to return home.
After a week of flames burning at all corners of Santa Rosa, Mayor Chris Corsi says,
today, finally, is a day where at least we here in the city of Santa Rosa feel like we can take a breath.
The firefight is not over, but it's calming drastically. That means some Northern California evacuation orders are being lifted. And this area is waiting for possible rainfall on Thursday that could put out the last of the flames. Alex Stone, ABC News, Santa Rosa, California.
Iraqi state media is reporting state-sanctioned Iraqi militias have entered the city of Kirkuk. The city was captured by Kurdish forces after falling to ISIS. The Kurds approved an independence referendum from Iraq that Iraqi leaders have condemned. 49 years ago today, Tommy Smith and John Carlos held their fists in the air during the national anthem at the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City. The two were given the Arthur Ashe Award for Courage at the 2008 ESPYs. Here's what Smith had to say about the moment.
Many eyes shut have been opened. I challenge us all to become proactive through fair play. But first, we must be willing to sacrifice in order to achieve.
Smith and Carlos gave the Black Power salutes after winning the gold and bronze medals in the 200-meter race at the Olympics. This is ABC News.
My name is Bobby. I'm a veteran and lost my leg to a roadside bomb. My victory was going from a wheelchair to becoming a weightlifting champion.
I'm Sam. I'm a veteran. My victory was finding a career that I could be proud of.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Have you noticed what's going on at Oakland Feed and Seed? Cheapest price in town on propane refills. 20-pound cylinder, $11.99. Forklift cylinder, $17.99. And the 100-pound cylinders, $55.99. Whole corn, $6.99 for the 50-pound bag. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 for the 50-pound bag. 17-17-17, just $12.50 for the 50-pound bag. Check with Oakland Feed and Seed for all prices. You'll find them the cheapest around. It's a generational thing. Your dad and your dad's dad shopped at Oakland Feed and Seed. Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and operated.
A cold front moving through will leave us with some patchy sprinkles and showers through the morning hours. It looks like during the afternoon we'll turn partly to mostly sunny in its wake. It'll be breezy and less humid this afternoon with highs around 66 to 71. Tonight will be clear and chilly. We'll have diminishing winds, lows falling into the low to mid 40s, maybe upper 30s in spots. Then we'll see deep blue skies and sunshine for Tuesday. A little cooler tomorrow with very low humidity, highs 63 to 68. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Thank you very much, Mike. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday, the 16th day of October. It is raining on the outside, at least on this end of the county. It is, and 63 degrees. We should have wind gusts today about 17 miles per hour. The rain's going away. And tonight, looking for clear skies. Lows around 43 tonight, 41 tomorrow night. And it's going to be 69 on Wednesday with sunny skies, 74 Thursday. The night times are going to be kind of cool, 46 on Thursday night, 48 Friday night. And sunny week this week. So we'll get through the rain this morning, the clouds this morning, and then it's going to feel like fall weather for the rest of the week. The leaves are beginning to turn and fall loose. So it's going to be a pretty October-like week. I have these death announcements this morning. Shane Pruitt, age 47, of Rutherfordton, passed away Wednesday at his residence. A private celebration of life honoring Shane will be conducted by the family. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with those arrangements for Shane Pruitt of Rutherfordton. Nanny K. Morrow, 91, of Fredericksburg, formerly of Springfield, passed away Sunday at her home. The funeral service will be conducted at 12:30 today at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel. Burial will follow in Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery. The family will receive friends from 12 until 12:30 at the funeral home prior to the service. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the local arrangements for Nanny K. Morrow. Lorna Frances Flynn, 64, formerly of Spindale, passed away Wednesday, October the 11th. There will be a receiving of friends at Crow's Mortuary Thursday, October the 19th, 5 until 7 o'clock. And Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Lorna Frances Flynn. Leon Bailey, age 66, of Forest City, passed away Thursday, October the 12th, at his residence. A memorial service will be conducted at 7 o'clock Friday, October the 20th, at Harrelson Funeral Chapel. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Leon Bailey of Forest City. Those are the death announcements we have this morning. Complete information on these and others as they become available to us can be heard today at 11:35 and then again at 5:10 this afternoon as part of the afternoon report here on the most information for the Foothills, WCAB in Rutherfordton. We're being kind today to Dustin Owens. Dustin lives in Forest City, works as a Rutherfordton City police officer, has a birthday coming up tomorrow. We're honoring Dustin Owens today. Well, let's review some of the football scores from Friday night, if they're worthy. They are. Some of them are. Well, South Point beat East Rutherford 55-7. East Gaston over Chase 12-6, and Shelby shut out RS Central 51-0. And Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy beat Highland Tech 59-20. Only one of our teams were in the winning category on Friday night. The other three were in the losing category. Virginia beat UNC on Saturday 20-14. So not a good week for our home front this past weekend. Only one of our teams came out victorious. But we'll have another game Friday night. We'll see how all that works out for you. Stay tuned now. We have the Call Around News Report. We'll check on what's been happening overnight around the county and over the community this past weekend. My guest coming up this morning at 8:35 is Bishop Thomas Bickerton. He'll be at the Logan Preaching Mission in Rutherfordton for the next few days. We'll have him on this morning as my guest, 8:35.
Roll call. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia announced last week that a congressional staffer faces a 5-year stretch in prison for falsifying a security clearance form. Isaac Avant has been serving as chief of staff for Mississippi Congressman Benny Thompson, highest-ranking Democrat on the House Committee for Homeland Security. Mr. Avant has been staff director for that committee during the week. On weekends, he had to go to jail. Now, that's because last January he was convicted of failing to file federal income tax returns. He was sentenced to 4 months in jail and fined $150,000. But being a high-ranking figure in the Washington establishment, he was allowed to serve his time on weekends. Now, apparently Mr. Avant failed to mention any of this on his security clearance form for the Homeland Security Committee. So, again, he faces charges. This time he could get 5 years behind bars if convicted, and there's no talk about doing time on weekends. Now, for a while, nobody, including Roll Call, could find out if he still worked for the Democrat congressman or if he had been terminated. Well, we now know he still has his job, and that, my friends, is how they roll in the swamp. Jail? What jail? Not for me. Business travel is a game of wins and losses. An open seat next to you on your flight, you win. A reclining seat in front of you, you lose. Buying your business trip at Upside.com, that is a triple win. You see, Upside has the absolute best available prices for flights, hotel, and rental cars. That's win number one. Win number two is how Upside rewards you with a gift card to sites like Amazon every time you buy a business trip. And the third win is the amazing 6-star treatment you get from Upside's Navigators, their customer service specialists. Navigators are instantly accessible 24/7 on the Upside app. And right now, you go to Upside.com and use the code USA to get a free pair of Bose SoundLink wireless headphones when you book your first trip. That's code USA for a free pair of Bose SoundLink wireless headphones. Upside, you deserve a better business trip. Minimum purchase required. See site for complete details.
WCAB has been serving the community with family-friendly radio programming for 50 years. Thank you, Rutherford County, for making WCAB your radio station of choice. Turn it up. WCAB 590 Rutherfordton.
For our troops and their families, the military is more than a career. It's a journey, and every step along the way, the USO is there.
It's an experience that soldier will never forget. That's what the USO does.
Be a part of their journey. Learn more today at USO.org.
You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Olmsted Plumbing. Since 1973, the Olmsted family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Eric and Chad are continuing that family tradition, and they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Olmsted Plumbing at 245-7302. Well, cool weather is coming up. You need to get some things that's going to make it feel like cool weather you can enjoy with those molasses that are in stock now at Washburn Store. Molasses coming good with cool weather. You can eat them with breakfast or biscuit, or you make those molasses cookies. And with holidays coming up, you might want to look at a Washburn Store also for those dried apples and dried peaches. And they got Wisconsin hoop cheese over there, local honey. And plenty of Pointer brand overalls for those of you who enjoy wearing the comfort of overalls. They got a size to fit about everybody. And if they don't have your size, they can get it for you in no time. That's Washburn Store. Historically significant store right here at home. On the Bostic Sunshine Highway, that is Washburn General Store.
Cassius M. Hollister, known as Cash to his friends, lived in Cleveland, Ohio until he was 31 years old. He then moved to Kansas, where he got married and settled down in Caldwell. When the mayor of Caldwell died, Cash won a special election and became the mayor. But over the next year, Cash got into a number of fights that often ended up in his being fined. When his term was up, Cash decided not to run for mayor again. A couple of years later, he went into law enforcement. In the fall of 1883, Cash went to settle a family disturbance. As they arrived at the cabin, the husband greeted them with lead from his Winchester. When the dust settled, the husband was riddled with buckshot and bullets. Bob Cross was a bad character who deserted his wife and child for a neighbor's young daughter. Then he abandoned the neighbor's daughter and returned to his wife. The young girl's father swore out a warrant for Cross's arrest. So on October 18, 1884, Cash and 4 other men went to Cross's to serve the warrant. When they arrived at the cabin, Cross's wife came outside swearing her husband wasn't there. But she was lying. When the lawman entered the cabin, shots were fired. Cross's wife re-entered the cabin and came out shielding her husband. As the lawman approached, she threw herself against their guns and her husband escaped. This was the last family disturbance that Cash Hollister ever attended, for after things settled down at Cross's place, Cash was found dead, a victim of a family disturbance. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Richmond Hill Apartments in Rutherfordton could be the home you've been looking for. Richmond Hill Apartments are built for seniors 62 and up, or disabled 50 years and up, and they're handicap accessible. One-bedroom units are available, and project-based Section 8 assistance is available, and based on income, restrictions apply. This could be what you've been looking for. Contact Richmond Hill Apartments today at 287-2578 for more information between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. This could be your home sweet home. Professionally managed by Community Management Corporation and an equal housing opportunity. Again, that phone number is 287-2578, 287-2578. Richmond Hill Apartments, Butler Street in Rutherfordton, a property built for what should be your most enjoyable years. Come live with us at Richmond Hill. Now let's go to the phones, get started to call around the county to find out what's been going on over the weekend. And we stop first with the Sheriff's Department, and Deputy Chapman is on the phone with me right now to give us an update. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, Jim. How about yourself?
Doing great, thanks. What's on the report from the weekend?
Well, in the past 48 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 272 calls, made 26 arrests, and currently have 195 incarcerated here at the county jail. By way of arrest reports, we have a Nicholas Adam Roper of Crestview Street in Forest City, charged with 1 count misdemeanor larceny, 1 count felony larceny, 2 counts of misdemeanor larceny, 1 count of felony larceny of a motor vehicle, another count of felony larceny, 1 count of use of a red or blue light, 1 count of misdemeanor larceny, 1 count of possession of stolen goods, which was misdemeanor, and 1 count felony interfere with electronic monitoring device. He was held under a $51,000 secured bond. Stephanie Lynn Toney, Old Castle Lane, charged with 1 count failure to comply, placed under a $3,000 secured bond. Johnny Elvis McIntyre, Sarah Lee Road, Rutherford, charged with 1 count misdemeanor larceny, held under a $500 secured bond. Tammy Duncan Clark of Rock Road in Rutherford, charged with 2 counts of communicating threats and 1 count of second-degree trespass, placed under a $2,000 secured bond. Rachel Renee Upton of J. Hutchins Place in Rutherford, charged with 1 count failure to appear on misdemeanor, held under a $500 secured bond. Jason Michael Francis, Pleasant View Drive in Rutherford, charged with 2 counts of driving license revoked, 1 count of expired registration card, and 1 count of DWI, placed under a $10,500 secured bond. Becky Ann Cook of Post Creek Road, Ellenboro, for 1 count communicating threats. Looks like it was she was placed on a domestic violence hold. Kenneth Elroy Riddle, U.S. 221A Highway in Forest City, charged with 1 count possession of controlled substance in a jail, placed under a $15,000 secured bond. William Dennis Toney, Jobs Lake Road, Rutherford, charged with 1 count misdemeanor interfering with electronic monitoring device, 2 counts failure to appear on a felony, and 1 count felony probation violation, held under a $75,000 secured bond. And Betty Jo Roop of Jobs Lake Road in Rutherford, charged with 1 count identity theft, 2 counts failure to appear on a felony, held under a $55,000 secured bond. On incident reports, we have Mount Lebanon Baptist Church in Boston reported instances of injury to real property. Gilgy Convenience Store on the US 221 North Highway in Rutherford reported instances of larceny of motor fuel. Kenneth Wayne Dotson of Boston, 4 instances of felony B&E and felony larceny after B&E. And Thomas Edward Williams NC 120 Highway Mooresboro for instance felony B&E and felony larceny after B&E. And that's all we got this morning, Jim.
Deputy Chairman, we do appreciate that report, and be safe out there and watch out for the rain.
Yes, sir. Same to you.
See you next time. Bye-bye. And we'll check with 911 Communication Center right after this message.
Health insurance is complicated, and with healthcare reform on the way, it's not getting any simpler. If you've got questions, we've got agents. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent can walk you through the changes and offer you the right healthcare plan with the right benefits for you. Healthcare may be changing, but our superior service isn't. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Here's Carrie now with the Communication Center report for us today. Carrie, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on that report from the weekend?
In the past 48 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 810 911 administrative calls. EMS had 55. Rescue had 30. Under Law Enforcement, Sheriff's Office had 272. Park City 138, Lake Lure 21, Rutherford 77, Spindle 139, Cliffside and Hudlow responded to motor vehicle accidents. Hudlow responded to an industrial fire alarm. Spindle and Shingle Hollow responded to a residential fire alarm. Union Mills responded to a motor vehicle accident, and Union Mills also responded to a residential fire alarm. And that was all.
Thanks so much. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. 23 minutes after 7 o'clock, raining here in the foothills. We'll be breaking off here pretty soon, become mostly clear. Well, if you're planning a big family get-together or office party in the holidays coming up, or a big gathering, and you need somebody to handle that food preparation for you and handle the setup, call Gregory's. Gregory's does a fantastic job of catering. You'll be glad you made that smart choice. Choose Gregory's for dinner today as well, or lunchtime today. They're in the Park Lane Plaza. And you can talk to Gregory about the kind of budget that you have to spend and what kind of place you'd like to go to and how many people you're expecting. He'll take care of the rest of it. Choose Gregory's for your next catering job or for lunch today. 287-2171, and you'll find them over in the Park Lane Plaza, Rutherfordton. Ruby Taylor is up next. She's over in Danieltown with the SDO Fire District report today. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on the report from the weekend?
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls. And on my birthday calendar, I've got Larry Elton, Helen Taylor, and Vicky Roop having birthdays, and hope they have a nice day. Signs are in the bows today and going to the rains tomorrow. And, Jim, that's all I've got.
Thanks, Ruby. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hot temperatures on the highway can be brutal on your automobile. RS Speedy Lube is there to help keep your automobile running clean. Keep the oil changed regularly. They'll check the fluids, vacuum the car. Next door, get the service you need on brakes, radiator, exhaust, CV joints, and radiator flush. RS Service Center also includes service on big trucks and campers. For the best car wash, it's the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash. RS Speedy Lube Service Center is a complete service center inside, outside, and down under Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton. It's a for sure thing. Sisk Family Ford in Forest City is earning a quality reputation for offering an attractive inventory of new and used cars and trucks. If you want a new Ford truck, you'll be a smart shopper to let Sisk Family Ford quote you a deal. From a car for the newlywed to the car for the large family, let the Sisk Family Company help your family get the best deal. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Our next stop this morning on our circle around the county is at Rumbling Ball, and Steve is there to give us an update on the weekend's activities and what's been happening up there. Steve?
Good morning, Jim. It's 64, kind of muggy this morning. Rainy, muggy, just kind of a nasty Monday morning, which I guess we all envision for typical Mondays. But, yep, it's true to form this morning. But I think we're going to get a cool down coming up, so that's going to be a great thing.
Going to feel like autumn, I believe, here in a couple of days.
I want it. I really do. It's a beautiful thing, and maybe we'll start to get some color because I believe we're going to dip down to the 40s the next 3 nights. So that'll be a good thing too. That'll bring on some color for us.
I had a report this morning from the Weather Center in BlueRidgeNow.com. It said we're still probably about a week off from seeing peak leaf color throughout the Pisgah National Forest.
Okay.
But there's still plenty of reds, oranges, and yellows to be seen at the upper elevation. So the second weekend in October is here, and we've passed that. So this week ought to be starting to shape up pretty good for leaf colors.
We'll have plenty of them. We always do. And this year we're going to do a haunted trail on top of that.
Are you?
Yeah, it's going to be something they're working on. It's a first-time event for us, so we're going to see how that works out. My daughter's involved. That's why I know so much about it.
Haunted trail?
The haunted trail, yeah. It's I guess they just want to scare you.
Yeah.
People come and pay money to those events to get scared.
I don't understand that now. There's enough scary stuff going on out there without having to pay for it.
I'm telling you that's true. Other than that, it's been a relatively quiet weekend in terms of issues to report. No power outages, and that's a good thing. Actually, we've had a few of those recently, and we don't want too many of those. That last week we had a power outage for like 4 hours, I think it was. So middle of the day, and that wasn't fun. But get past those issues, and we're good.
Good. So your weekend was uneventful around your family and your work?
Yes, sir. Not really much at all to talk about in terms of just matters of interest. I'm not watching much football these days.
I hear you.
I'm not watching, even my college team isn't doing well this year, so I'm kind of having a lot of time I'm going to do some hiking coming up.
Yeah, that sounds good. No controversies out there for sure.
I hope not.
Well, listen, Steve, you have a great Monday up there, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you, Jim.
Thanks. Bye-bye. That's Steve up at Rumney Ball Security Gatehouse there. My guest this morning is going to be Bishop Thomas Bickerton. He is in town, going to be doing the 46th Logan Preaching Mission at the First United Methodist Church of Rutherford. And he's coming by this morning at 8:35 to talk a little bit about that. And we'll be happy to honor him and have him in the studio with us, Bishop Thomas Bickerton. We'll be here this morning at 8:35. So don't miss an opportunity to hear that interview.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style of furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
We're stopping now up at Hudlow Fire District, and Bob Hodge is there to give us an update. Good morning, Bob.
Well, good rainy Monday morning there.
Boy, starting off with the rain this morning, didn't it?
Yes, it did, but I think it stopped right now, the way they talk supposed to clear out.
Yeah.
Be a lot cooler there, so it feel more like October.
I know it. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's just been too hot for this time of year, but we need a little cooler weather, and I don't want cold weather, but this cooler would be nice there. And Jim, up here with the fire department's been pretty quiet over the weekend, and during the night, we answered one residential fire alarm call, and that's about it with the fire department, so things have been running along pretty good up here. And like I say, it looks like we're going to have much cooler the next few days, so weather-wise, it's going to be nice there and everything. But we're getting on up here with the middle of October here already, so
yeah, Halloween's
it's going
coming.
to be long here to Halloween, is it?
That's exactly right. Hope you got your costume.
Got your costume?
I wear it year-round, Bob.
Oh, that's what I do. Oh. Well, Jim, that's about it. You just showed up here, so you take care and have a good day.
I appreciate it, Bob. You too, and I'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It is 7:31 now, and rain apparently has ceased out here too, but we still cloudy. It should be clearing out here before you know it. Well, Farmer's Friend Feed Seeding Supplies open already over here this morning. They've got the gate open, and if you want to pre-order your fish now, Wednesday, October the 25th, 2 o'clock is the time to do that. Meanwhile, keep in mind they have propane. You can come get your tanks filled. Shelled deer corn, 50 pounds for $7. Corn on the cob bags, $8 a bag. And they have all your fertilizers, lime, overseeding supplies, lowest price around. Deer apples are also in right now. Decorate your fall scenes. If you're looking for decorations for Halloween and Thanksgiving, they got pumpkins, corn stalks, and straw, and all the good things you might need. So see Farmer's Friend Feed Seeding Supply for those necessary things, and you'll find them freely able and ready to assist you should you have any questions. If you had some erosion problems, they got all the erosion things you need to take care of that driveway too. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies, Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton. Now we're going over to Cherry Mountain Fire District, and Sue Price is there ready to give us an update. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
Hope you're doing well today.
I am doing pretty good. Hope you are.
Good, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Nice rainy morning over here.
Mm-hmm.
I started out at 66 degrees, so we're going to get some cooler weather, though. It's going to go down. Well, let's see. I don't have any birthdays on my calendar. No birthdays or anniversaries. I didn't have any calls from the fire department. Fairview has a birthday for Mason Yelton, so I hope Mason's going to have a good day today. And First Broad has birthdays for Joe Early and Landon Smith. So I hope all these guys are going to have a great birthday, and anybody that's celebrating birthday or anniversary, we hope they'll have a good one today. Well, our fish fry up at the clubhouse turned out real good. We had a lot of people come out. We appreciate everybody that came. And I got to meet our standby weatherman, Tom Root.
Oh, yeah?
He and some more came from up there and joined us, and it was good to meet him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He is. Well, let's see. I got one announcement. Kobe Burns is going to be having his senior project. It's going to be a barbecue dinner out at Salem United Methodist Church, and that's on Saturday the 21st. 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. Adults are $10, children 5 and under $5. So come on out and help Colby with his senior project. Hope he'll have a good turnout. And always enjoy barbecue, so I think he will. And I think that's the only announcement I have right now, Jim. It's just quiet and calm over here, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
Thanks very much, Sue. You enjoy yours too, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for a city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
Union Mills spokesperson is Brenda Kelly. She's on the phone with me right now. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you on this marvelous rainy Monday morning?
Well, I'm trying to make myself believe it is a marvelous Monday.
It's going to get better as the day goes on, ain't it?
It is, yeah. And we have a highs around 68. It'll be a breeze, gusty wind about 17 miles per hour today. The rain's going to stop here in a few minutes.
Then it's going to get cold.
Dropping tonight to 43.
Ooh.
41 tomorrow night.
Have to pull another dog up.
Yeah, have to bring in some firewood.
Yeah. I told little man he left and didn't put wood on the back porch. I called him yesterday and I said, you didn't put no wood on the back porch for me. He said, we'll just use the little heaters till I get back. I got some of them little old radiator heaters when it's not too cold, I'll plug one of them up, and that makes it warm enough in here. So
Yeah, that knocks the chill off.
yeah, so that's what I'll do till he gets back and gets the wood on the porch.
Get you a blanket, wrap your blanket around you, and some 2 or 3 pair of socks on your feet, and that'll be good. As long as your feet stay warm, you're in pretty good shape.
Live like an Eskimo.
Yeah, yeah.
But we hope everybody's having a good day today. I've got 60 degrees on the front porch. We've had 0.2 of an inch of rain. Birthdays today, I've got Gary Camp, Pastor Paul and Kim Lane an anniversary. Then we got Jess Parton, Belda Ashley, and Earl Gibbs birthdays. And I don't have anything on around here, so we hope these people have a great old big day on their special day. And then ways of announcements, we got a prime rib dinner Saturday, October the 21st from 5 to 7 p.m. This is at the White House Community Center, and this is at 5408 Painters Gap Road, Union Mills. Adults is $13.50, kids 5 to 10, $7.50, under 5, free. And it's prime rib, mashed potatoes, corn, green beans, rolls, ice cream, assorted desserts, tea, and coffee. And all profits go to the upkeep of our building and outdoor recreation area that is open to the public. Tickets for sale at Specialty Outdoors Power Equipment, Montford Cove Road, Bills Creek Hardware, Bills Creek Road, and Cove Corner Store, intersection of Cove Road and Painters Gap. And then we got a yard sale Saturday the 21st starting at 7:30, and this is to raise money for a mission trip to Haiti. This will be at 209 Arlington Street, Far City. And other than that, I don't have nothing.
All righty.
So it's just short, sweet, quiet, and rainy.
We can make the best. Okay. We can make the best of it anyway.
That's exactly right. It's still a good day to be alive.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So, just have to make the best of it, don't we?
Well, I hope you enjoy your Monday, and we'll check back in with you Tuesday. And meantime, if anything breaks up there, you let us know.
Okay, have a good one. Catch you later.
Thanks, Brenda. That's Brenda Kelly reporting in this morning. This morning, a little after 8 o'clock, right after the weather forecast, we'll check in with Terry Thomas. He always has a list of jobs in our market where you can go and apply and get some of those jobs, perhaps. So if you're looking for a job, tune in. 8:05 this morning with Terry Thomas with the job market report. Meanwhile, if you're having difficulty hearing what's going on around you, you'll get lost in the conversation because you can't hear it. There is a way to do something about it. Don't let it continue because those things have a tendency to get worse. And with the holidays coming on, you certainly don't want to go through the holidays not able to hear the music, not able to understand the Christmas story with the kids, not able to hear all the jingle bells. Get something done real soon. Lisa Terry, the hearing specialist at Miracle Ear, can help you walk through the decision-making process. There's a free hearing test for you. It doesn't cost anything. There's no obligation to it all. Just call Lisa, set up a time, and go by and do that free hearing test in both ears and find out what's going on. You'll find Lisa, the Forest City office on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1512 West Main Street, Suite 102, or other times by appointment. She's in the Shelby office other times, and that's it on East Dixon Boulevard. Get in touch with her today and find out more about that miracle in Miracle Ear. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. Ellenborough time, and that's where Luther Gilligan is this morning with our Monday morning report. Luther, good morning.
Good morning to you, too. I have a good time down here.
Good.
Don't know what I'm doing, but boy, I'm having a good time at it.
Well, as long as you can enjoy being with yourself, you're in good shape.
I know what I'm doing. I'm looking for sunshine.
Well, it's coming.
It'll be here.
It'll
move the clouds out of the way and it shines through it. But it's a quiet day this morning. Not a whole lot going on. to the fire department. They were fairly busy weekend. They had 9 medical calls over the weekend. Other than that, there wasn't anything else happening down here. They had a good time down here. Let's see, quiet. Like I say, it's quiet. It's going to get nothing going on. But I want to remind everybody, blood drive coming up next Monday. Now the next Monday, be October 23rd. That'll be from 3 o'clock to 7:30. Then be over at the Corinth Baptist Church over here. And that'll be donated this year in memory of Hydas Harrell, because he passed away here a while back due to cancer complications. And so we remind everybody of that. And so we've got birthday today. It's Gary Melton. He's having a birthday today, so hope he has a great day and enjoys his day. And like I say, there's nothing else going on down here. So you have a good day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Luther, I appreciate it. Have a good day.
All right, take care now.
Bye. And it's birthday time, anniversary time, and this is the 16th day of October. Remind you that you may be having a birthday today and just forgotten it. Think about it. And a wedding anniversary perhaps today as well. If you are in that category, please call now, and we'll celebrate with you and give you a chance to win some Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. The phone number is 287-3356, 287-3356, and we'll have that birthday party here in just a moment. Meanwhile, I want to suggest that you go to the website if you're computer savvy. Go to the website and look up southerncarpet.net and scan the pictures and the beauty of Southern Carpet. You'll see why more and more folks are turning to them for fixing up their homes and making their homes and their floors look so much better. They've got a choice for you there as well. Regardless of your budget, regardless of the size of your house, Southern Carpet can work with you and get you fixed up and make you happy about what's going on with your floors. Could be time for you to do that. And with the holidays coming up, why not get it done as soon as possible? Call Southern Carpet or go by to see them at 1512 West Main Street and touch and feel some of the carpet and floor covering they've got, and you'll be sold on the idea of getting something new for your house. Does it you? Does it your family? And don't you deserve that?
The breast cancer program at Rutherford Regional Health System is designed to provide each patient with comprehensive and compassionate care. Beyond having state-of-the-art technology for early detection and the most current treatments available for breast cancer, each patient is viewed as an individual. As the treatment for breast cancer becomes increasingly complex, it is important to know that Rutherford Regional is here to provide you with knowledgeable and caring medical professionals who will be with you every step of the way. For more information about the breast care program at Rutherford Regional, log on to www.myrutherfordregional.com/breastcare.
3 words that you can say about Hutchins Pest Control. There are a lot of words, but these are the ones that sort of make them stand out. Honest, dependable, and on-time service. Tim Hutchins is the owner of Hutchins Pest Control, and along with his family, Chad, Charlie, and Emily, they really work hard to live up to the reputation of having been voted best in pest control for 6 years. Now, call on Hutchins Pest Control, 34 years experience, and with their family name behind what they do, you can rest assured it'll be done right. So if you have a pest problem or you want to take care of it before it becomes a problem, call this number, 287-5171. That's 287-5171. Hutchins Pest Control, honest, dependable, and on time. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today while they're fresh. They're good. They're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about.
Happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday to Dustin Owens. He's our Be Kind To person today. Put him in the Be Kind To Hall of Fame. His birthday's tomorrow. We're being kind to him today. He lives in Forest City, works as a Rutherford City Police. Harrison Lane up in Cane Creek community is 16 today, goes to RS school. And Matney Mitchell up in Shingle Hollow community is having a birthday as well. Hannah Smith is 11 up in Golden Valley. Rob and Amy Nealon it's their 7th anniversary. They live in Rutherford. Nikki Hall is 38 over in Ellenboro. And Eunice Sane, Forest City's having a birthday. Richard Guffey is 49 up in the Cane Creek community. And also on the 16th, Gary Kemp and Pastor Paul and Kim Lane anniversary today. Jess Parker's having a birthday. Velda Atchley and Errol Gibbs. All these folks, we want to say happy birthday and happy anniversary. Now, just a moment, we'll find out who's going to win those Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. Stand by.
In her book Team of Rivals, Doris Goodwin tells how President Lincoln was a man who tried to save a wayward soldier, if at all possible, by finding some good traits in him. He was fond of telling the story about a soldier who, when asked why he had run away, said, "Well, Captain, it was not my fault. I have got just as brave a heart as Julius Caesar, but these legs of mine will always run away with me when the battle begins." Fear is a crippling phobia, which has caused the demise of more than one person. However, the Bible repeatedly tells us not to be afraid regardless of the situation. Jesus reminded his early followers that they would be ruthlessly prosecuted and brought before kings and governors, but he goes on to say to them, "But make up your mind not to worry beforehand how you will defend yourselves, for I will give you words and wisdom that none of your adversaries will be able to resist or contradict." Wow, if they were not to be afraid or worry when their life hung in the balance, why do I need to be afraid or worry? Simply trusting the details of my life to an all-powerful God who loves me and cares about me is a terrific solution to fear. I confess, it's not always easy, but it does get better with practice. Our legs will hold us steady if we trust him. This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living.
And a big congratulations going out to Harrison Lane up in Cane Creek. Harrison turned 16, a student at RS Central, and he's won the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's this morning. Congratulations, Harrison. We'll have that certificate over here at WCAB Studios. Come out and pick that up and take them over to Granny B's and enjoy the donuts. Now we've got Terry Thomas in a little after 8 o'clock on telephone to talk about some job opportunities. You to hear that if you're looking for a job or want to change jobs. Also, 8:35, Bishop Thomas Beckerton is going to be with us. He's going to be leading the Logan Preaching Mission this week at First United Methodist in Forest City. We'll find out more about him and this week's ministry. All right here at WCAB, Rutherfordton.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. The Weinstein Company may have fired Harvey Weinstein, but it's still facing the fallout of his sex scandal. The latest from CBS News' Diane King Hall.
Amazon Studios is reportedly cutting ties with Harvey Weinstein's former studio. Besides ending its relationship with Weinstein, Amazon canceled a high-profile television drama from David Russell. That is according to the Los Angeles Times. Weinstein was an executive producer on the project, which was reportedly a mafia crime series set in the 1990s.
A Wake County mother says her 2-year-old son was injured when he fell out of one of the rides at the North Carolina State Fair in Raleigh. This incident comes after several other instances where people have been seriously injured, including the Vortex ride malfunction in 2013. The child is doing fine. He just suffered some cuts and bruises. Nevertheless, it made parents like Monique Jones apprehensive to put her kids on a ride.
It was a little nerve-wracking, having my kids, get on the ride, so I stuck through it, though. I was right there with them.
Evacuation orders have been lifted for 25,000 people across Northern California, but remain in effect for 75,000 other residents of the area. CBS's Maria Villarreal is in Santa Rosa and tells us the homecoming for many is a sad one.
Many people are returning home, or what's left of them, for the first time since the fires broke out. And while firefighters are warning the danger is still here, they are confident the worst is behind them.
Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl is expected to plead guilty today to charges that he endangered comrades by walking away from a remote post in Afghanistan in 2009. The U.S. Army says Bergdahl asked to enter his plea before the military judge at Fort Bragg. A Western North Carolina University student who was shot and killed has been laid to rest. Jacob Ray of Hendersonville was shot last Friday. 2 people are charged in the case. You're listening to NCN News.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
The semi-annual High Point Market got underway over the weekend. Market President and CEO Tom Conley tells Spectrum News the market continues to show growth.
We think we've got about 200 or 300 new exhibitors. We've got a lot of buildings under construction.
The Attorney General is sending a federal hate crimes lawyer to Iowa to help prosecute a man charged in the murder of a transgender teenager. Over to CBS's Vicki Barker.
As a Republican senator, Jeff Sessions opposed expanding the federal hate crime statute to protect LGBT people. And as Attorney General, he's ruled that transgender Americans do not deserve protection from workplace discrimination. But Sessions has pledged to aggressively prosecute acts of violence against transgender people. And the unusual decision to involve a federal prosecutor in a local murder case, first reported by the New York Times, appears to be his attempt to keep that promise.
The sheriff investigating 2 slayings and more than a dozen others injured at the Pasquotank County Prison says inmates plotted their attempted escape, knowing they would have to hurt some prison employees. Pasquotank County Sheriff Randy Cartwright said,
"Our deputies immediately responded, which we need to. We're still waiting on head counts, trying to make sure we don't have anybody escape. We were being told nobody saw anybody. But when we stopped that car, it was a lady with her daughter with a big pumpkin in her lap."
Terrifying moments for the passengers and crew on board an Air Asia flight yesterday. About an hour after the plane took off from Perth, Australia, its cabin pressure dropped. The plane plummeted 20,000 feet.
One of the stewardesses was running down the aisle screaming, "Put your belts on, tighten your oxygen masks," and they all dropped out of the ceiling. And they kept yelling it out. One at the back of the plane was going off, and the alarms kept going.
The redistricting practices of North Carolina Republicans are getting scrutinized yet again in court, this time over whether map makers can go too far, drawing.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB sales department today at 287-3356.
from ABC News. I'm Sherry Preston. An hour from now, Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl will be in military court. He's expected to plead guilty to desertion.
The case of the Army sergeant whose captivity ended in a prisoner swap with the Taliban even found its way into the 2016 presidential election, with candidate Donald Trump calling Bo Bergdahl
this traitor, this dirty, rotten traitor.
A military judge will decide the price Bergdahl will pay for endangering the lives of soldiers sent to find him in Afghanistan. In the court of public opinion, Bergdahl says,
the people who are to the point of saying, yeah, just shoot them. You can never convince those people to change their minds.
Jim Ryan, ABC News.
President Trump and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell will have lunch today at the White House.
One of the biggest items on the fall agenda is, of course, tax reform. There are other things that the president is hoping to accomplish. There are other things that there is pressure to accomplish, among them adaptations of health care reform, the lingering question of immigration, the wall.
ABC's David Wright at the White House. They'll be joined by Vice President Mike Pence. McConnell has been the target of angry tweets from President Trump, especially over health care. The Coast Guard is still searching for a worker missing after an explosion on an oil rig in Louisiana's Lake Pontchartrain, north of New Orleans. Those who live nearby say the blast shook their homes.
At first, we didn't know what it was. We were running around the house trying to figure out if something blew up at the house. And then when we looked out the windows, we realized it was out here.
7 workers were hurt. 5 of them are in critical condition. In Northern California, firefighters are getting a handle on those blazes that have killed at least 40 people. Some are being allowed to return home. Sharon Emke and her husband didn't leave. They took turns sleeping on the couch, watching the fire.
We are not overconfident, and we're still on alert, and we're still diligent and still checking.
150 people are still listed as missing. Former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick accuses NFL owners of blacklisting him. Kaepernick is the one who started the movement to take a knee during the national anthem in protest of racial inequality. He's filed a grievance against the NFL. This is ABC News.
Doors are being slammed in your face, and bad credit is holding you back from buying a house, car, even getting a credit card. $99 can put your credit back to a 720 or higher.
That's right, just $99 per credit bureau.
Bankruptcy, tax liens, judgments, and even late pays can be removed from credit reports by calling the Giving Days Foundation. A nonprofit organization is here to help. Federal law allows you to challenge each and every item on your credit report. We'll recalculate your personal credit score for only $99 per credit bureau and repair your personal credit for free. Be one of the first 10 callers. Take our personal credit challenge. Get your credit score to a 720. 800-790-4070. Call now to recalculate your personal credit score for only $99 per credit bureau and repair your personal credit for free. Call now. 800-790-4070. Don't miss this great free credit repair. Just be one of the first 10 callers. 800-790-4070.
2 prison inmates facing serious charges are on the loose in Missouri. Authorities say a man by the name of William Carter and another by the name of Joseph Latimondier escaped early Sunday morning from a jail near the Tennessee border.
Latimondier was being held on several felony charges, including kidnapping and violent domestic assault. Carter faces first-degree murder. Investigators say he purposely ran down his estranged wife and another man with his car, killing them.
That's ABC's Adrian Banker. Jail officials say the inmates escaped in the building through an air duct, then they hopped a fence. Turns out we aren't the only ones dealing with hurricanes. The remnants of Ophelia are currently soaking Ireland.
It is starting to get particularly windy now, with ex-hurricane Ophelia approaching the southwest coast tip of Ireland, where we are expecting in the next hour or 2, and when it makes landfall, we're expecting those wind speeds to strengthen even further. At the moment, they are gale force or stronger, but they could reach up to 80-85 miles per hour in places.
That's Darren McCaffrey in Ireland. He's with our partners at Sky News. Hustler owner Larry Flint is offering $10 million for dirt on Donald Trump. The bounty is for information that leads to the president's impeachment and removal from office. Larry Flint got the word out with a full-page ad in the Sunday edition of the Washington Post. He's upped his game, too. Last year, he offered $1 million for the same dirt. This is ABC News.
A good night's sleep starts with the right pillow. That's where MyPillow comes in, and we're excited to announce the MyPillow buy one, get one offer is back. Purchase any MyPillow premium bed pillow and get the second bed pillow absolutely free. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the buy one, get one free tab, and take advantage of this limited time offer. Use promo code SKY at checkout or call 1-800-635-1825. That's MyPillow.com, click on the buy one, get one free tab, use promo code SKY at checkout.
I'm Sherry.
Are you hungry for great food but not fast food? Stop by Old Town Eatery, located on West Main Street in Spindale. They offer fresh salads, various sandwiches, burgers, pasta, seafood, steaks, and veggies. They have just about anything you might be hungry for. Mention WCAB and get 10% off your meal. Open Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday from 6 to 9, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday from 6 to 2. That's Old Town Eatery on 239 West Main Street in Spindale. You've been everywhere else, now give them a try. Now serving breakfast all day long.
A cold front moving through will leave us with some patchy sprinkles and showers through the morning hours. It looks like during the afternoon we'll turn partly to mostly sunny in its wake. It'll be breezy and less humid this afternoon with highs around 66 to 71. Tonight will be clear and chilly. We'll have diminishing winds, lows falling into the low to mid 40s, maybe upper 30s in spots. Then we'll see deep blue skies and sunshine for Tuesday. A little cooler tomorrow with very low humidity, highs 63 to 68. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Well, it's still cloudy out here. It looks like the rain has stopped here, at least on this end of the county, but it's going to be windy today, gusting to 17 miles per hour, and clear tonight. Clear, lows around 43 tonight, 41 tomorrow night, 42 on Wednesday night. So the cooler weather's coming back. The rain's going away. It's supposed to be mostly sunny after a while, then mostly sunny the rest of the week. Right now it's 63 degrees and cloudy. Well, on Monday mornings, we always like to check in and find out where some job opportunities are. And filling in for Terry Thomas today, we have Anita on the phone to give us that update. Good morning, Anita. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Tell us where some jobs are.
Well, we have an cost accountant position. It does require a bachelor's degree in 2 years. That is in Rutherford. We have an LPN. That is in Rutherford as well. You do have to have the LPN license. We have a human resource director. That does require a bachelor's degree. It is in Rutherford as well. We also have some administrative support, and that is in Rutherford. That does require a year's experience and high school diploma. We have a sales associate. That does require a high school diploma, no experience. We also have a optometric assistant, and that just requires a high school diploma. We have a rehab person. That does require a degree, 2-year degree. That is a physical assistant, physical therapy assistant. We have occupational therapy assistant. That does require the training there as well. And that's pretty much it. That was new from last week. So, but you can apply for any of these at 223 on Charlotte Road in Rutherford. We can help you get you registered as well.
Anita, thank you very much for that report, and you folks have a great week over there.
You too, hon.
Thanks. Right. Bye-bye. That's the job market report this Monday morning here on WCAB, a public service for you, our listeners, who want to go to work. If you want to go to work, there are jobs out there. I'll assure you, I promise you that there are. Congratulations to Harrison Lane of Cane Creek. Harrison 16, and he was the winner of the Daylight Donuts this morning from Ready Beach for random drawing. Harrison is a student at RS Central, and today we're being kind to Dustin Owens. He lives in Forest City, but he works as a Rutherford City police officer, and his birthday is tomorrow. He's our Be Kind to person today. Congratulations to Dustin, and congratulations to Harrison. Special guest coming up this morning at 8:35 as well. Right now, though, we got some news from here and there and comments to make right here on the Morning Wake Up Call. This is hour number 3. My name's Bishop. Jim Bishop.
How does a year of free internet with Northland sound? Like staying up to date with social media.
That's right, family. I'm bringing this message to you. Free.
Or streaming all of your favorite movies.
Oh, John, I do love you.
Enter to win free internet from Northland by signing up for Northland's best offer of the year. Call 1-888-NORTHLAND or visit getnorthland.com to sign up today.
Limited time offer. Must be at least 18 years or older to enter. Additional restrictions and conditions apply. See getnorthland.com/offers for details.
Some stories from here and there this morning. Let's take a quick look at what's taking place. The Daily Courier is reporting that the Spindale Town Council will be holding a public hearing this evening regarding the proposed annexation of an area of land that includes the foundation at Isothermal Community College. The annexation would enable groups leasing the foundation for multiple events to obtain a single permit to serve alcohol rather than requiring a permit for each individual event. The petition to have the area annexed was approved by the ICC Board of Trustees in June. If the motion is passed, the territory and its citizens will be subject to all debts, laws, ordinances, and regulations in force in the town of Spindale. They will also be entitled to the same privileges and benefits of the town. The public hearing will be part of the town's regular Board of Commissioners meeting at the Spindale House on Main Street, Spindale. They have other items on the agenda as well, but it will be a hearing to approve the changing, to annex the foundation into the town of Spindale. And there's also a discussion out there about changing the name of the highway over there. Still some controversy over that aspect. Otherwise, the Courier is also reporting about the Opium Forum set for tomorrow. Jill Miracle, Executive Director of the Community Health Council, is excited about the upcoming Opioid Forum scheduled for Tuesday morning. That's tomorrow morning at the foundation at Isothermal Community College, and is hoping for 100 participants from the community. The event is sponsored by the Rutherford County Commissioners and the Community Health Council. Miracle said planning for the event began back in the spring. Miracle said there are many good resources in Rutherford County, and I'd like for you to learn more about this particular forum, which is set for tomorrow morning, starting, I believe, around 8:30. Well, the gathering in Cliffside was pretty successful, according to the reports in the Daily Courier. Hunter Holmes was there to bring some hillbilly and country music, so it was a good day in Cliffside and recognized the history of that great mill town. Also, Saturday was a successful day for Dan X. Paget, as he was recognized for his many years of contribution to country music and bluegrass. He's quite a contributor to music. He's had a lot of students that he taught over the years, and we was able to honor him with that special recognition. He got a special award from the governor's office, the Longleaf Order of the Pine, and acclamations from the congressman's office, as well as the county commissioners made a proclamation. Town of Ellenboro did as well. Other news this morning from the Green Creek. A 21-year-old woman in Green Creek died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. You've heard about this, but there's more on the story. She died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound with her boyfriend's service weapon from the North Carolina Highway Patrol, and deputies are investigating the death as domestic violence related. Around 3:30 on Wednesday, October the 11th, a state trooper who has not yet been named called in a domestic violence report. Captain B.J. Bain with the Polk County Sheriff's Office said officers discovered the trooper received some scratch marks and had been hit in the face, so they advised him to get a protection order so things didn't escalate. The trooper went to Steps to Hope Wednesday afternoon and got a temporary protection order against his girlfriend and the mother of his children. A few hours later, the trooper arrived home on Matthew Street in the Green Creek community and discovered his service weapon was missing, so he reported it. Deputies arrived on scene and discovered a woman matching the description walking down the street. When officers stopped to speak to her, she pulled out a weapon and shot herself. The woman was reportedly located on the street about 3 houses down from the home. The trooper was at the house at the time of the shooting. Officers witnessing the shooting and immediately began administering first aid to stop the bleeding. Green Creek Fire and Rescue and Polk County EMS also tried to save the woman, but she died on the scene after being shot on the way to the hospital. Polk County Sheriff Donald Hill sent the officers who had witnessed the shooting home that day and came in personally to fill in, according to Bain. The Sheriff's Office also did a debriefing for everyone who was on call that night. Bain said, "It's traumatic to see a young adult shoot themselves. We would like to think we can handle anything, but it's better to give them an outlet to handle traumatic situations like this. It's horrible when they have to experience things like this, but it's good to know they are supported by the community and also the county," said Bain. The Green Creek Fire and Rescue and the Polk County EMS also did a great job. Every effort was made to save her. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and Sheriff Hill is encouraging anyone in violent situations and relationships to get help. So that's the story on the shooting over there in Green Creek, which was a sad note to happen. Trooper has not been named in that yet. A train wreck occurred Saturday afternoon when a freight train crashed into a tractor trailer stuck on the tracks over in Cleveland County. crossing was at North Main Street and Carolina Avenue. The crash occurred off North Main Street and Cleveland Avenue in Grover. No one was hurt. The Highway Patrol stated that the tractor-trailer driver hung the bottom of the trailer on the railroad crossing. Norfolk Southern was notified to stop, but it wasn't time enough. The 3-engine mile-long train. The driver also got out and tried to stop the train. The trailer or car carrier had no cars on it at the time of the crash. The crossing arms and other trackside equipment at the scene were damaged. The crash is still under investigation. Over in Sanford, a custodian at a North Carolina middle school has been charged after someone found a camera in a faculty bathroom. Lee County deputies told local media outlets 28-year-old Tony Waddell Feaster of Sanford was arrested Wednesday and charged with secretly peeping using a photographic device. That day, deputies say a staffer found a cell phone that was actively recording video inside a faculty bathroom at East Lee Middle High. Authorities said the staff member who found the cell phone was the only one who appeared to have been filmed, and no students were captured on camera. Feaster was fired after the camera was found. He was jailed on a $5,000 secured bond, and it wasn't known if he had an attorney at that time or not. We're probably a week off from seeing peak leaf color throughout the Pisgah National Forest, according to BlueRidgeNow.com, but there are plenty of reds, oranges, and yellows to be seen at the upper elevations, according to the report. Looking Glass Falls is always a sight to be seen in its own right, but color chasers may want to hold off on this spot until later, as most of the trees surrounding the falls are green or yellow. Obviously, the higher you go up US 276 toward the parkway, the more the route is graced with color. There are plenty of pullover spots along the road to stop and enjoy the views. The section around the Pink Beds picnic area and the Cradle of Forestry has plenty of colorful trees around to make it worth a stop, according to this report. Weather-wise, this week looks good for leaf blowers. Leaf lookers, rather, and leaf blowers too, but leaf lookers. The National Weather Service is predicting only a 20% chance of showers today. So it should be good. Well, Drexel, over there, they're missing a man. Multiple agencies have been searching for a Drexel man since he was missing Friday night. A silver alert was issued Saturday for James Nelson Abernathy, 52, after he suddenly went missing the night before, and Drexel Police Chief Craig Treadway. News helicopters hovering over Drexel during the Triple Community firefighter Jason Hensley's funeral caused Abernathy to become paranoid on Friday. Treadway said that night he told his girlfriend he wanted to visit his mother. His girlfriend went to use the bathroom around 9 p.m. Friday inside Abernathy's home on Reed Street and heard the front door close. She came outside and Abernathy was gone. All of Abernathy's friends and family were contacted, but no one knows his whereabouts. A report was filed around 3:15 on Saturday, and the silver alert went out about 3 hours later. Police conducted a small search around the home and checked EMS calls, inmate listings, and local hospitals, Treadway said. On Sunday, multiple agencies got involved in the search. Treadway said he widened the search area early Sunday morning with the assistance of Sergeant Chad Wyke of the Valdez Police Department. So far, they don't have any information on that. Well, here is apparently some good news for folks on Social Security. Report from Washington: Social Security checks are going up 2% in 2018, according to the U.S. government. It's the first substantial raise in years. More than 66 million Americans receive Social Security payments. Most recipients are seniors over age 65, but some payments also go to the severely disabled and orphans. The average check is currently $1,377 a month, meaning next year's pay raise will increase the typical payment by $27. For Sandy LaCrosse of Woodstock, Vermont, the pay bump can't come soon enough. She said, "We need money to live on," said LaCrosse, a 71-year-old retired cleaner. "My rent goes up every year. I really can't afford it." Social Security checks rose 0.3% in 2017. 2016, the checks didn't go up at all, leaving many seniors saying they are struggling to keep up their bills. There hasn't been a raise higher than 2% since 2011, but next year they should be going up. So that is good news for many. Some of the stories from here and there. There are others. Special guests coming in here this morning at 8:35. Stand by for that. The Sheriff's Report with Deputy Chapman also forthcoming.
There's a new face at Rutherford Children's Care to serve the children and the youth of Rutherford County. Dr. A.J. Grine joins our outstanding providers in examining, diagnosing, and treating patients from birth to age 21. Rutherford Children's Care is located at 162 Commercial Drive in Forest City, just behind Big Dave's Seafood. To schedule an appointment, call Rutherford Children's Care at 828-287-9325.
Mark your calendar for Saturday and Sunday, October 21st and 22nd for the annual gun show sponsored by the American Legion Post 74 at the Old Green Hill School, Highway 6474 in Rutherford. They're going to be giving away a Marlin Bolt Action 22 Magnum rifle. Mention this ad and get an extra entry. Admission is $5 and children under 12 will be admitted free. Follow them on Facebook at American Legion 74-NC. It's the best little gun show in Western North Carolina. Saturday and Sunday, October 21st and 22nd. If you need some more information, phone them at 395-2223.
Now here is Deputy Chapman with a report from the Sheriff's Department from the weekend. He gave it earlier this morning. We recorded it for broadcast at this time. Deputy Chapman?
Well, in the past 48 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 272 calls, made 26 arrests, and currently have 195 incarcerated here at the county jail. By way of arrest reports, we have a Nicholas Adam Roper of Crestview Street in Forest City, charged with 1 count misdemeanor larceny, 1 count felony larceny, 2 counts of misdemeanor larceny, 1 count of felony larceny of a motor vehicle, another count of felony larceny, 1 count of use of a red or blue light, 1 count of misdemeanor larceny, 1 count of possession of stolen goods, which was misdemeanor, and 1 count felony interfere with electronic monitoring device. He was held under a $51,000 secured bond. Stephanie Lynn Tony, Old Castle Lane, charged with 1 count failure to comply, placed under a $3,000 secured bond. Johnny Elvis McIntyre, Sarah Lee Road, Rutherford, charged with 1 count misdemeanor larceny, held under a $500 secured bond. Tammy Duncan Clark of Rock Road in Rutherford, charged with 2 counts of communicating threats and 1 count of second-degree trespass, placed under a $2,000 secured bond. Rachel Renee Upton of J. Hutchins Place in Rutherford, charged with 1 count failure to appear on misdemeanor, held under a $500 secured bond. Jason Michael Francis, Pleasant View Drive in Rutherford, charged with 2 counts of driving license revoked, 1 count of expired registration card, and 1 count of DWI, placed under a $10,500 secured bond. Becky Ann Cook of Post Creek Road, Ellenboro, for 1 count communicating threats. Like she was placed on a domestic violence hold. Kenneth Elroy Riddle, U.S. 221A Highway 4 City, charged with 1 count possession of controlled substance in a jail, placed under a $15,000 secured bond. William Dennis Tony, Jobs Lake Road, Rutherford, charged with 1 count misdemeanor interfering with electronic monitoring device, 2 counts failure to appear on a felony, and 1 count felony probation violation, held under a $75,000 secured bond. And Betty Jo Roop of Jobs Lake Road in Rutherford, charged with 1 count identity theft, 2 counts of failure to appear on a felony, held under a $55,000 secured bond. On incident reports, we have Mount Lebanon Baptist Church in Boston reported instances of injury to real property. Gilgy Convenience Store on US 221 North Highway in Rutherford reported instances of larceny of motor fuel. Dotson of Boston for instance of felony B&E and felony larceny after B&E. And Thomas Edward Williams, NC 120 Highway Mooresboro, for instance felony B&E and felony larceny after B&E. And that's all we got this morning, Jim.
Panthers Pro Bowl tight end Greg Olsen continues his rehab after suffering a broken foot in Week 2 and can't wait to get back on the field later this season. I'm Jim Zoki with a Panthers update after this.
Hey, it's me, Kim, the matchmaker. The Carolina Ford dealers want to match one lucky person with $30,000 towards a new Ford Fusion or Escape. Just enter the Perfect Match giveaway at FordPerfectMatch.com for your chance to drive home in a brand new Ford.
No purchase or payment necessary to enter to win. Must be at least 18 years or old with a valid driver's license. Sweepstakes begins 6/30/17 and ends 4/30/18. Void or prohibited. See official rules at FordPerfectMatch.com/rules.aspx for price descriptions, odds, and full entry details.
Panthers star tight end Greg Olsen is a spectator these days when it comes to football games, but in between he's working out as much as he can with a broken foot that'll keep him out until at least late November. Olsen, if he is outwardly fanatical as a fan on game day.
No, I'm not very animated. Try to be positive. It's just a weird vibe, you know. I haven't experienced it much being so helpless on game day. There's nothing, there's really nothing to do but react to what you see. So I just obviously root for the guys. Hope they all play well personally. Of course, hope that we win. The better we win, the better for everybody. So just trying to try to keep that going.
Olsen had never missed a game due to injury in his 11-year career, including the previous 6 years as a Panther. In his absence, veteran Ed Dixon has played well, and Olsen says there is room for both of them when he comes back.
So hopefully, I can get back out there. There's still a lot that Ed can do for us. By no means does it mean he's all of a sudden out of the offense again because I'm back. That's not the way it goes. Whatever's working that they're doing now without me, you hope they continue to do that. And then when I come back, you do what we've done over the years, what we know works with me. And, everybody kind of has their part. In different games, different guys have more production. That's the sign of a good team.
I'm Jim Zoki on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
She was placed on a domestic violence hold. Kenneth Elroy Riddle, U.S. 221A Highway 4 City, charged with one count possession of controlled substance in a jail. Placed under a $15,000 secured bond. William Dennis Tony, Jobs Lake Road, Rutherford, charged with one count misdemeanor interfering with electronic monitoring device. 2 counts failure to appear on felony, and 1 count felony probation violation. Held under a $75,000 secured bond. And Betty Jo Roop of Jobs Lake Road in Rutherford, charged with 1 count identity theft. 2 counts failure to appear on a felony, held under a $55,000 secured bond. On incident reports, we have Mount Lebanon Baptist Church in Boston reported instances of injury to real property. Gilkey Convenience Store on US 221 North Highway in Rutherford reported instances of larceny of motor fuel. Kenneth Wayne Dotson of Boston for instance of felony B&E and felony larceny after B&E, and Thomas Edward Williams, NC 120 Highway Mooresboro, for instance felony B&E and felony larceny after B&E. And that's all we got this morning, Jim.
Have you noticed what's going on at Oakland Feed and Seed? Cheapest price in town on propane refills. 20-pound cylinder, $11.99. Forklift cylinder, $17.99. And the 100-pound cylinders, $55.99. Whole corn, $6.99 for the 50-pound bag. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 for the 50-pound bag. 17-17-17, just $12.50 for the 50-pound bag. Check with Oakland Feed and Seed for all prices. You'll find them the cheapest around. It's a generational thing. Your dad and your dad's dad shopped at Oakland Feed and Seed. Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and operated.
Hello, this is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. Are you on disability? Or maybe you're on Medicare? Or maybe both? Come see me, Dwayne Hunt, at Insurance Service Associates about a Medicare Advantage product brought to you by Humana. Please give me a call, 245-5301, at Insurance Service Associates, 127 East Trade Street, Forest City.
The fans are ready to cheer Junior home in his final plate race.
I know they'll be out there strong. They love the Earnhardts at Talladega.
Plus,
I think that's going to be key is, how hard we're going to race for those stage points.
Take your cucumbers and stick it. I think it was a win.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass. Wix has the perfect filter for how
Martin Truex Jr.
drives if
Martin
drives like a
man on a mission, whipping around that final turn at Martinsville.
Wix says no problem. Whether you have a normal drive or an extreme drive or anything in between, we have the filter that'll protect your vehicle. Now, when it comes to your
deer hunting, is that an 8-point? Shh. Oh, that's just a microphone.
You'll have to deal with that yourself. Wix Filters. Go to wixfilters.com to find the distributor near you.
You wash the outside, clean the inside, and make sure maintenance is up to date. Pamper your car's engine and fuel system by adding Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Using the fluids as a carrier to reach internal parts, Z-Max literally soaks into metal, dispersing harmful carbon buildup. This helps improve performance, extend engine life, and reduce emissions. Get Z-Max today at zmax.com or your local auto parts store.
I know whether we are ready for it or not, there are going to be some freaking people at this racetrack that are counting on us to make a show of it.
And that's exactly what Dale Earnhardt Jr. intends to do in his last appearance at Talladega Superspeedway, where he's been to victory lane a half a dozen times. In what could be his last legitimate shot at capturing a checkered flag before he ends his career, Jr.'s promising to go all out and hold himself accountable by giving the fans a front row seat.
There are two things that are going to be incredibly motivating this weekend, all right? One of them is going to be the fan support that we're going to see, which I know they'll be out there strong. They love the Earnhardts at Talladega. I also put that camera on my helmet, so I'm wearing that helmet cam all weekend.
Now, Junior hasn't done much on the plate tracks this year, but Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has won 2 out of 3 and needs another trip to victory lane to clinch a spot in the 3rd round of the playoff. That, however, is not his only strategy.
I mean, if I can win 2 stages and get 20 points, I could, vault ourselves into, ahead of the cutoff line.
Meanwhile, Chase Elliott hasn't grabbed his first Monster Energy Cup Series checkered flag yet, but he has begun his bid for the 2018 championship with 3 second-place finishes in his last 4 races.
It's been a solid start. Obviously, we'd love to pick up 1 spot, but overall, just the way we've been running since the playoffs started has been refreshing and definitely makes it a lot of fun to come to the track.
The other day, Joe Gibbs Racing used one of their team jets to bring much-needed relief supplies to Puerto Rico, and AutoZone gets you what you need. So get in the zone, AutoZone.
AutoZone presents Seeing Clearly. Whether it's 6,000 miles, 6 months, or 6 kinds of harsh weather, Rain-X Quantum wiper blades are tough enough for whatever the forecast calls for. Right now, save $10 by mail-in rebate when you buy 2 Rain-X Quantum wiper blades. So visit your local AutoZone. With over 5,000 locations, the right supplies and good advice are just around the corner. Let's get you what you need. Restrictions and details in store.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Talking about his teammate Brad Keselowski making his 300th Cup start, Joey Logano was able to joke about reaching that milestone and the encumbered Richmond win that followed.
The stat that's amazing to me is how many drivers have won on their 300th start, which I was able to do earlier this year, sort of, kind of, I guess. I don't know how you guys want to look at that, but I call it a win. But whatever. Take your cucumbers and stick it. I think it was a win.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, brought to you in part by AutoZone.
For professional brake and tire service, call on Broadway Tire Service. For brakes, shocks, struts, batteries, alignments, North Carolina inspections, new or used tires, Broadway Tire carries brand name tires that give longer tire life, superior handling, and provide excellent driving performance. They also offer complete exhaust service with lifetime warranty, and of course, Broadway Tire satisfaction is always guaranteed. Bring your vehicle to the tire experts. Jacob Bradley and his trained staff are ready to assist you. Broadway Tire Service, West Main Street in Forest City. Or call 245-4505.
A cold front moving through will leave us with some patchy sprinkles and showers through the morning hours. It looks like during the afternoon we'll turn partly to mostly sunny in its wake. It'll be breezy and less humid this afternoon with highs around 66 to 71. Tonight will be clear and chilly. We'll have diminishing winds, lows falling into the low to mid 40s, maybe upper 30s in spots. Then we'll see deep blue skies and sunshine for Tuesday. A little cooler tomorrow with very low humidity, highs 63 to 68. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Cloudy skies outside. The rain, I believe, has stopped, and we're going to have pretty clear weather throughout most of the week. Clear tonight, dropping to about 43 for the overnight low. 66 tomorrow, clear tomorrow night, 41. And we have sunny skies all this week. Summertime is just about gone away. Fall is coming. We'll feel it pretty much by the time the nighttime gets here. 41 degrees tonight, 46 on Thursday night. And the weekend looks good. Partly cloudy, highs around 76. And 50 on Saturday night. Friday night for high school football is going to be mostly clear and just perfect for high school football. Lows around 48 and very light wind. So it's a good night for high school football in the foothills. Congratulations to Harrison Lane of Cane Creek Community. He's 16. He won the Daylight Donuts this morning from Granny B's, and he's a student at RS Central. He was in the lucky draw this morning for birthdays, and we're being kind of Dustin Owens. He lives in Forest City, but he's a Rutherford City police officer. He has a birthday tomorrow, so we congratulate him. He's now the newest member of the WCAB Be Kind to Hall of Fame. I'm happy to have in the studio with me this morning a couple of distinguished gentlemen. One of them you know very well. The other one we'll introduce you to here in just a moment. Mayor Jimmy Dance is in the studio with me, bringing Bishop Thomas Beckerton here to the studio with the Logan Preaching Mission. I want to ask Jimmy first, Mayor, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. I thank you at CAB for allowing us to have this moment this morning.
We know a little bit about the Logan Preaching Mission. Tell us a little bit more about it. I know it's the 46th annual. So what's that about?
Many years ago, I'm sure people are familiar with the Logan family. Both the father and son, who both were doctors in our community, established funds at the First United Methodist Church for us to use yearly, and inviting speakers from all over the United States to come and visit the community, and not necessarily just for our church, but let the community be involved and hear speakers and hear thoughts and process of those distinguished people over the years. That's been a major part in our community, and also a major part of the United States and our fellowship together. And this will be, as you mentioned, the 46th annual, and we're tickled to death to have our special guest with us this morning. We got started off yesterday. We'll be finishing up with our final service tonight at 7 o'clock. We encourage everyone to come out and enjoy a special night. The bishop is a very devoted and dedicated person to our faith, and you'll find him a most remarkable speaker. And we have special music handled by one of the other churches in the community. So we invite you out and have a special night and honor the Logan family and thank them for their thought process that brought us to this place in the history of Logan Preaching Mission.
Very good. Thank you. Let's push the microphone over there now to our special guest, Bishop Thomas Beckerton. Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Jim. Thanks for having me this morning.
Glad to have you in here this morning.
Thank you.
It's quite a place to be. You may not want to leave once you've been here now.
Well, it's a beautiful area. We just absolutely love it. I spent 3 years in North Carolina at Duke Divinity School doing my seminary training, and found my way over into Western North Carolina pretty frequently. So I've fallen in love with Lake Lure and Asheville and the Lake Junaluska area. So I've spent a lot of time in the foothills. It's great to be back.
You have a very interesting background in terms of your ministry. Tell us a little bit about your background, how you got started, and where you've been, and where you are now before we get to tonight's message.
Well, I was a local church pastor in West Virginia for over 20 years. I did my seminary education, as I said, at Duke, and went back to West Virginia and served local churches, small, medium, and large churches in West Virginia before I was elected a bishop in 2004. At that time, I was the youngest bishop in the world for 8 years, and I was assigned to Pittsburgh. So I spent 12 years as the bishop of Western Pennsylvania, and a bishop can only serve in one place for up to 12 years, so I was up for relocation and was assigned to the New York City area last September. So we're brand new residents of New York City now, and I have 449 churches that I take care of up there, and 449. I have 423 pastors that I appoint, and about 100,000 members that I take care of, and it is one of the most diverse places in all the world. I've got, in fact, one of the issues we're having to deal with there right now is the Puerto Rican crisis. We have a lot of Puerto Ricans who live in New York City, and their family members are coming to the city, so we're having to respond to the migration of Puerto Ricans into New York City because of the hurricane. So it's quite a challenging place, but I absolutely love being there.
You're also the author of the book, an accompanying study resource is entitled "What Are We Fighting For?" Coming together around what matters most. That sounds very interesting. Tell us about that.
Well, it's really a reflection on, as the title suggests, what matters most in our faith journey. We get so easily diverted, I think, onto different things in our journey, and this book reminds us of the core values that are so very important in our faith development. That the three of us in this studio today, we may have differing opinions on certain issues, but I believe there's a core foundation that brings people like the three of us together. Things that we value in terms of our core beliefs. And this is a day and a time where we shouldn't forget those things. We ought to celebrate them. We ought to nurture them. We need to find a common voice. And I think one of the things that really concerns me about the world today is the negative rhetoric that's out there. And I think good people of faith need to rise up and create a different rhetoric, a rhetoric of grace and hope and love and possibility. Our world's in a terrible place right now, and it needs people who have the courage to stand up and say there's a different way, and there's a way through the dilemmas that we're facing.
Your background, a lot of interesting background, different places. What are you finding in your work with churches? What are you finding different today than, say, 10 years ago?
Well, in fact, I mentioned this last night in the sermon. I think one of the things that established churches are finding these days is that many people who come to the church don't have a spiritual memory. It used to be if I were to say to folks, let's pray the Lord's Prayer or let's stand and recite this creed, that people could do it. But there's an emerging generation that doesn't have a Christian memory. And so we have to really, in fact, start from scratch in a lot of ways. A lot of things that we've depended on have to be retaught and reaffirmed. People are eager and hungry for faith, but they're not relying on the standard things that we've always done. And so I think churches of vitality are places that are unafraid to teach and to lead people into new understandings of how to express their faith. It is a new day for the church.
Yeah. Are you finding that the younger generation is becoming more and more complacent with formalized Christianity, formalized church worship?
Absolutely. It's very interesting that you use the word complacent, because I think they are complacent about organized religion, but they're not complacent about wanting to integrate their faith into the world. They want to see something happen. They want to get involved with something that's going to make a difference. One of the things that I've done over the last 8 years is I've headed up our United Methodist Church's anti-malarial campaign. And we've raised $72 million to eliminate malaria across the world. We've been able to reduce the infant mortality rate by 60% in sub-Saharan Africa. And what we've discovered is that the younger generation loves that campaign, because it's a way for them to express their faith in practical ways. One of the very basic pieces of that campaign is if you give $10, it buys an insecticide-treated bed net, and it saves a person's life. It's the most effective way of eliminating malaria in Africa. These young people love thinking that if they give a $10 bill and they sacrifice their lunch at McDonald's or their snack at Domino's Pizza, that they can save a life. And that's really where the younger generation is not complacent. They're energized about ways in which they can integrate their faith into the world.
I know you folks got started yesterday with 2 services, morning and evening. I'm sure that went well.
Well, you have to ask Jimmy about that. I hope it went well. This is a wonderful community, Jim, and great hospitality here in Rutherfordton, and just very grateful to be here. It's easy to be a preacher when you've got a hospitable crowd, and this is one hospitable place. And I felt very much a part of the community. I felt very home here, and I think we are off to a good start. These are fine people, and it's great to transmit God's word to people who want to listen to it.
I made note a while ago when Jimmy said this Logan Preach and Mission service is not just for the First United Methodist Church in Rutherfordton. It's open to the entire community. I think that speaks well, and I know you invite a lot of folks to come. What can we expect tonight's service?
Well, my sermon title tonight is Footprints on the Soul, and I've been talking all week about the horizontal and the vertical relationships that are essential for us to find our way through these chaotic times. So that vertical relationship with God and the horizontal relationship with one another. And so we're going to talk tonight about the footprints that are on our soul from relationships that we've built over the years, and most especially our relationship with God. And we just invite everybody to come out and be a part of a great evening together.
That's a 7 o'clock start.
7 o'clock start.
Nursery care is provided. And, I'm sure a lot of folks will be interested in the service tonight, interested in meeting you with your background. Quite interesting to know and to be able to serve or lead that many churches out of New York City is quite a challenge, I would imagine.
It sure is, but God provides, that's for sure.
My guest, Bishop Thomas Bickerton, he's here to lead the 46 Logan Preaching Mission at First United Methodist Church of Rutherford tonight. It's certainly open to the public. If you have any questions about this, you can call 287-3704, and they'll be happy to answer any questions. And Bishop Bickerton is a very personable gentleman, and I'm sure you'll enjoy hearing his message tonight. Thanks so much for your time.
Jim, thanks very much. God bless everyone today. Have a great day out there.
I'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, this is Addie Lavender for the gift shop at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. Guess what we have? We have Forgotten Rutherford County, a book by my dad and local author Todd Lavender. It is a hardbound book with over 300 pages of stories, facts, history, pictures, and memorabilia from long ago. Come in today for your copy of Forgotten Rutherford County by Todd Lavender at the gift shop at Smith's Drugs in downtown Forest City.
For dependable and professional auto service, trust your car to Tri-City Tire Service. Brakes, tires, alignments, inspections, oil changes, and now Tri-City Tire is your complete exhaust service station. Commercial and farm tires are available at Tri-City Tire, and they are Rutherford County's #1 dealership for interstate batteries, offering 24-hour roadside service. Tri-City Tire is proud to announce they will now offer U-Haul trucks, trailers, towing equipment, support rental items, and in-store pickup for boxes. They're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30, and Saturday, 7:30 to 1. Tri-City Tire on the corner of Mountain Street and Railroad Avenue in Rutherford. Their number is 287-8778. That's 287-8778.
Enjoyed that conversation with the bishop. Quite a personable individual, and he'll be there at the service tonight. If you care about hearing that, please try to go service 7 o'clock at First United Methodist Church there in Rutherford. Open to everybody, all denominations. 40 years in business and still kicking. I like that about old Ken over at the Carpet Barn, located on the old Highway 74 East in Ellenboro. Now, Ken's a little older than 40 years, but the business is 40 years old, and they carry all the popular brand names of the flooring trade like Mohawk, Mannington, and Shaw. From hardwood floors, laminate, and ceramic tile. The owner is Ken McGinnis, and certified installer Larry Bailey can help answer any questions you may have. Now at the Carpet Barn, you can get 50-ounce plush carpet. Now listen to this. 50-ounce plush carpet for only $11.99 a yard by Shaw Carpeting. It's a good deal. Really super deal. Shaw is one of the leading carpet companies in the world with the best grades of carpet. Dependable and quality service is what you get at the Carpet Barn. Stop in over there, Old Highway 74 East in Ellenboro. I call 245-2100. That's the Carpet Barn. If you have a little time, you might even talk Ken into pulling out a guitar or fiddle or banjo and play a little bit, but he'd be glad to answer all your questions about carpet. Also, ask Larry about his pumpkin farm over on Old Salem Church Road. Either one of those can help you get some good-looking floors, and I know you will enjoy that. .848 and excuse me. 8:48 and we're 63 degrees, cloudy skies. Well, the Hollywood's hypocrisy about Harvey Weinstein is only outdone by his hypocrisy about gun control. The Media Research Center President Brent Bozell declared Thursday, in response to findings of a new MRC study on movie gun violence, Hollywood homicide, 108 automatic weapons blaze away. Hollywood is calling for more gun control, but features copious gun violence, including 100 uses of automatic weapons in 4 of its most profitable movies in theaters today. They don't mind playing it up in the movies, but boy, they want to be critical if you own a gun. Bozell explained, "You just knew the Hollywood celebrity crowd would jump all over that issue in the wake of the Las Vegas massacre. Yet in just 4 of the biggest movies showing around the country at this very moment, Kingsman, Golden Circle, American Assassin, It, and Mother, there are no less than 212 incidents of gun violence. In just these 4 movies, the body count is at least 192, and in over 100 gun violent incidents, some kind of automatic weapon is employed. But they want gun control. These were 4 of the 5 most popular movies in America when mass murderer Stephen Paddock modified his firearm into an automatic weapon and mowed down 59 innocent people from the 32nd floor of a Las Vegas hotel. Making tens of millions of movies that constantly depict gun violence and then calling for gun control is homicide hypocrisy, according to Brent Moselle. And he's out there studying those kind of things. He really knows. Well, professor is, you think when folks have labels and they're doctors of philosophy, PhDs, and masters and those kind of people, they have a little bit of common sense too, you'd think. But here's a professor that targets a Trump nominee for his religious beliefs. Raymond Barfield, a professor of pediatrics and Christian philosophy at Duke University, has taken issue with Michael Dorson, President Trump's nominee for the Environmental Protection Agency's Chemical Safety Office. Despite Dorson's credentials for the position as an environmental health professor in the University of Cincinnati's College of Medicine and his title as a board-certified toxicologist with an international reputation for excellence in environmental risk assessment, Barfield believes Dorson's Christian faith will negatively interfere with his potential task working for the EPA. Man's got tremendous credentials, yet this Duke University professor says because he has Christian values, it might interfere with his work. In his work with chemical analysis, Dorson has said that he has found evidence that may support the authenticity of the Shroud of Turin, the famed burial cloth said to have been imprinted with Jesus' face. Barfield took issue with this conclusion and with other aspects of Dorson's work. This incident is reminiscent of another incident which occurred when Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders accused Deputy Director of the White House Office of Management and Budget nominee Russell Vought of being unfit for office due to his Christian beliefs. Folks, do you believe this is America today as we know it? People as a professor of a prestigious university like Duke and a presidential candidate saying a nominee is not worthy of being appointed because of his Christian beliefs. Sanders, who ran for president, Bernie Sanders, took issue with the response Vaught had written to the Wheaton College controversy when former Wheaton professor Larcia Hawkins had said Christians and Muslims serve the same God. In that response, Vaught wrote, "Muslims do not simply have a deficient theology. They do not know God because they have rejected Jesus Christ, his Son, and they stand condemned." Sanders implied that Vaught had made an Islamophobic statement and said, "I would simply say, Mr. Chairman, that this nominee is really not someone who this country is supposed to be about." So I guess if you espouse Christian values, then you're not worthy to have an important office. So what do we want? We want people up there without a faith. We want people who don't believe in a God, a Son, and a Holy Spirit. We want people like that running our country and making decisions for us. That's what the folks like Senator Bernie Sanders is saying, and some of these liberal college professors. Air Force, I'm disappointed with my Air Force, but Air Force has punishing a colonel who refused to condone same-sex marriage. U.S. Air Force officials have suspended a decorated officer and revoked his recommendation for promotion to Brigadier General because he would not sign an unofficial document affirming a retiring subordinate same-sex marriage. Colonel Leland B.H. Bohannon, Air Force Inspection Agency Commander at Kirtland Air Force Base in Albuquerque, New Mexico, signed all the forms, but he would not sign this form acknowledging same-sex marriage, so his superior would not promote him to the next level, although he was worthy of it. That's the kind of leadership they want, right? Have a wonderful Monday, folks. I'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. So long, everybody.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. As part of a defamation suit, the Trump campaign has been subpoenaed for documents on assault allegations that emerged during Donald Trump's run for president by Summer Zervos, a former contestant on The Apprentice. CBS News senior legal analyst Andrew Cohen.
The subpoena is not new. It was issued in March. What is new is that we now know about it, and there's still a big question about whether the Trump team is ever going to have to comply with it because of its request to dismiss the case outright or to delay it for years.
When it comes to hiring law enforcement officers, it's not as simple as just hanging out a "we're hiring" sign. State Public Safety Secretary